Welcome to the third video in the Roblox scripting beginner series. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about variables and basic math. So to start off, we'll talk about variables, and in order to do so, we're going to insert a script like we did last video into the workspace. And now we're just going to delete this print hello world. So basically, in order to make a variable, all you need to do is say local and then just say the name of the variable. So we'll say, for example, my first variable, right? And then we'll set it equal to 8, right? So now we have our first ever variable. Congratulations. And it's equal to 8, right? I don't think that's maybe spelled right, but it doesn't matter, right? And so basically, what did we just do here, right? So local, I'll explain maybe in future videos, but whenever you're defining a variable, you pretty much have to use local. Otherwise, it'll cause like external problems or things like that. And yeah, you pretty much have to use that. And basically you just, I just named the variable my first variable. Now you can name it literally anything. So we could name it hot dog or like, I don't know, banana, right? And then you put an equals sign and you just set it to whatever value you want. So we set it to 8 here, but we could set it to a string like banana, right? And yeah, so why do we have this variable here, right? What's the point of it, right? So the point of the variable is that it can keep track of things like, you know, a number or a string, right? And we can actually use this variable in our script later on, and we can also change it. So let's set it back to 8. And what we can do is we can print our variable. So we could say print, and then we can just say banana, right? And now it will actually print out the number 8, right? So if we play the game, right, it prints 8, right? And that's because we used the keyword banana here, which is a variable in our script, right? Now keep in mind that you have to define your variable before you use it. So if we say like we print it, we paste it here, right? We have this you know, red line under it, and it will actually error, right? And that's because well, it actually didn't error. It printed nil because banana is equal to nothing, and so you're gonna learn that nil just means nothing. But basically, yeah, this is bad because when we defined the variable, we defined it later, so the script doesn't know what banana is until later. And so yeah, you just want to define your variables before you use them, right? But yeah, that's basically how that variable works. So let's say we wanted to change this variable later on in the script. Well, we could just say banana, and then we can set it equal to a new thing like 10, right? And then in order to demonstrate that it changed, we can say print banana again, like so, and then bang. So now if we run the game, right, it prints 8 and 10 because on this line we printed banana when it was equal to 8, and then we changed it to 10, and then on line 4 we printed it again, and it printed 10 because it printed banana, which is now equal to 10, right? And yeah, so let's talk about some basic math, right? So in Lua, you can do plus, minus, divide, multiply, right? So you can do plus. So if you set banana equal to 10 plus 5, then it will just be 15, right? I mean, we kind of know that, right? So it will print 8 and then 15, right? Whatever, right? And then if we do minus in the middle, you know, it'll do 5, right? I don't have to actually show that, but yeah. And then in order to do multiplication, you do an asterisk, okay, between them. And then that'll print 50 because 5 times 10 is 50. Yeah, I hope I'm explaining this good. And then if you want to do divide, you just do a slash. You just do / right? And then it will divide. So yeah, that'll equal 2 then, right? Now, let's say you want to set a variable, like let's say you just want to add to a variable, right? You don't want to like set the variable to a number, right? So what you could actually do, right? I don't know if that sounded confusing, but what you can do is you can say banana equals to banana plus 1. It's like the AI is listening to me. So basically, what you could do, right, is what we're doing here, right, is we're setting banana equal to itself plus 1. So this is if you want to like add to the variable without like rechanging it every time. So this would actually set it equal to 9. So if we print banana now, then it will be equal to 9, right? And yeah, but a quicker way of setting this up here is what we could actually do is say plus equals 1, right? And this will do the same exact thing as what we had typed before, but basically what plus equals is saying is that banana is, you're basically adding whatever is here to banana. So you're just adding 1 to the banana, right? And then you get 9 again, right? Yeah, so yeah, you can also do this with subtraction, right? You can do minus equals, so then it would be 7. You can do multiplication, you can do division, right? And it will always work. That's still going to be 8 because 8 divided by 1 is 8. But yeah, so anyways, that's pretty much how you set variables in Roblox. And you can set it to a string, like I said. So we could do gobbledygook, right? And it will print the gobbledygook because it's just printing whatever value banana is equal to, right? And yeah, so keep in mind that variables also can't equal multiple variables or values, I mean. But what you can do is, well, in future videos, I'll show you how to make tables is what they're called. But yeah, for now, we're just talking about variables, right? But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say in this video. I hope I explained it good. It was kind of a quick and fast explanation of like the math and the variables, but I think it kind of makes sense. So if you do need help though, please ask me questions in the Discord. I would love to answer, and also ask questions in the comments. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. So bye.